It's my time to put on the show. I promise mama I will make it. Yeah, it's hard, yeah, I know. I chose this route with this music shit. You know your baby isn't new to this. I've been there since a little kid, and I ain't had shit but a dream. Was just the thought of it, and I decided to take this to the next level. Young nigga from the ghetto, and he talented and smart, and his parents gave a damn. He ain't never fell short. This the type of music that I know my family gon' enjoy. This was my dream since a boy. This my time, hear my voice, and my cousin that's my boy. We've been talking about this for a long time. On the grind, man, I promise we gon' shine. This your time too, so you best get comfortable. We untouchable, unavoidable. You can't duck us and understand we the future, and we them boys from that city finna make them some noise. You heard me?
Let me know who time it is.
Yeah. And if the time we gon' get that grinding, we gon' get this shining. Yeah. And it's our time, we gon' get that grinding.
Let me know who time it is.
We can't overlook this.
It's your time. Let me know what time it is.
Our word is
It's
mine.
your time.
You feel me? Strap me down if y'all don't feel me. They can't get the bad, the realest. I'm a lyricist. It's just levels when it comes to this. I can flip it in these street of diamonds, poetically clean, legit. Everybody hate the kid when he ain't got it. Everything is a dollar when it comes to grinding. But I wanna do more. I wanna shake the climate. Capable, encouraging, black, strong, and gifted. On my throne, I'm sitting in. Cause I'm king and I'm killing it. I'm drilling it. I'm feeling this. King Ludacris ain't had shit on this. Cause I'm the ticket where I ain't even have a pot to piss. Man, it took a lot for this. Writing on my notepad. Finally know I got to this. Start to trip and stop hating all this conversating with niggas that's not legit. I can do this on my own. This my time. This my shit. This my grind. This my grit. This my story. This my kid. This my bitch. Take a pic. I admit that I'm hit.
Do you know what time it is? Do you know what time it is? Do you know what time it is? Who time it is? What time it is? My time, show time. Your time, show time. My time, show time. Who time it is? What time it is?
We'll be coming on in just a few minutes.
Great intro.
Yeah, that's my son. My son Xavier in the house. Kicking. Let me know what time it is.
Nice little vibe to get the show started.
We'll be on in a few seconds. Co-hosting with me today will be the brother Derek Turner. DJ will be at the game. He will be interviewing and doing his thing with Kellen Moore and the New Orleans Saints.
Shout out to EJ.
Okay. We are here. It's so great to see. It's another week of New Orleans Saints football. This is the co-host of the Baddest Sports Show podcast. Peanut Nola 504, known as EJ's father. Okay, EJ's father, and that is my brother Derek Turner, one of our normal guests right here on the Baddest Sports Show podcast.
What up?
And he is co-hosting with me today. And we are out here. Shout out to Jerry in the chat. If you guys would like to come on, remember this is an open panel. If you guys would like to come in, it's in the chat. If you guys would like to come on, this is one of them Sundays where, man, after last week, Derek, I'm still feeling so good about us. The performance. I don't like the fact that we got behind. I would like to see the New Orleans Saints actually be ahead for a change, rather than playing from behind. So, what do you think about this, and what we need to do to start fast in this football game?
Man, first of all, I'm very, happy to see them boys get that W last week. And you said it right off the bat. They just need to start fast, man. I think now that they saw that Ratliff can play, I think they're gonna take the steering wheel, the chains off him and let him go.
I don't think it was ever a question that he can play. It was just could he win. It was never a question that he's not talented. I can't never question his talent. I can't question anything about how he's playing this year. The question is, was he able to win? Like we had talked about last week and before on a pregame and a postgame. Basically the pregame last week we were talking about the ability to win because we always talked about, hey man, it's good to make stats, it's good to be playing, but the NFL means not for long, and they're not going to look at your circumstances. They're going to look at if you're winning ball games, and I think that if he's able to go ahead and get another streak, win this game against the New England Patriots, then he's literally shutting up all of the naysayers. And that's what I always want to see with a Spencer Rattler. Could you go out and actually win? Okay, that's what I was concerned. Could he win? And for 1 week, he shut me up.
He did.
So one week he shut me up. He was able to go out, and I told y'all, Derek. I said at the back end, I said the Saints schedule. They were playing. We said this when before the season started. The hardest part of the schedule was going to be the first 4 games of the season. But we started to see if the Saints were going to be competitive and start winning, there were winnable games. We talked about the Giants. We talked about the Patriots. We talked about the Tennessee Titans. We talked about the Miami Dolphins. We talked about winnable games.
Yeah, you did. And just to piggyback off that, I was impressed. To be honest with you, I was impressed with the defense,
Oh, was I?
man.
I
And
mean,
and I got
turnovers, 5 turnovers. Wow.
man, I couldn't believe. Like I was like, wait, this the real Dome Patrol coming back? Like I was really really impressed.
I think Chase Young and this is why I was so happy about the new regime. Okay, this is what I'm talking about. In the
Mm,
past, we would be so quick to try to rush people back because fans want to see the guy out there. They want to get him out there. We're paying him a lot of money, but then when you rush people back, then you end up hurting, and he might re-injure it. Another situation that calf muscle turns into Achilles. So it's all or it become an ankle problem. So my
right.
thing is this: the patience of Kellen Moore. You can tell that he learned something from Philadelphia with the training staff there. It's not to be worried about what fans say, but to get the guys healthy. And
Do you think they should let him come back this week or should it sit him out one more
no,
week?
that was planned. It they say they planned these 4 games to miss to get him 100% healthy. This was planned, so he's ready to come back. And
Right.
he walked through. He did the walkthrough. He did the run through. He was. They say he looks good. So, um, full games, man. That's a lot of games to miss, and
Yeah.
for a calf muscle. And the whole thing is not trying to re-injure it. And you got to kudos to the New Orleans Saints in their organization because in the past they would throw guys out there. Look at Dalvin Brew. You know what I'm saying? What happened to Keenan
Mhm.
Lewis and the criticism with Keenan Lewis and Dalvin Brew and many other players that even Sean Payton pushed out there when he shouldn't have pushed them out.
Let me
You
ask you
get what I'm
this. So
saying?
yeah, so let me ask you this. Do you feel like just watching this, let's just evaluate these games so far. Do you think we found the team, or we still searching for something? Do you think we found, enough to
Well,
say, okay, for the
no,
future and everything?
I still think that they're building. I think there's a lot of building to go. I think that to learn how to win, they still haven't learned how to be consistent. They learned how to win, which is 1 game. But
Hmm.
if you're ever gonna turn something around, it starts right now. They can streak. You get to 2-4, then we're talking a totally different story. Cause then you got a possibility to go 3-4. Then you got a possibility to be in 4-4. So then we're saying, oh, this team can possibly be, more than what we thought they were. I
So
like what they're
just
doing. The youth movement, going with the cornerback, a young cornerback with Riley and all of these guys going with Sanker. I like the youth movement that they're doing.
so let me ask you this: they get to let's just say 4-4. You think they got a shot, or is it just still should just
If
keep
they
it?
go for if they go 4-4, you start getting in the back end of the week schedule. Okay, or it's not so much week because you still got to play the Rams, but they're winnable games. You still got to play the Buccaneers. There are winnable games. Shout out to the brother Browns in the chat. We have an open panel. If you would love to come on, we would love for you. Who's subbing in for EJ co-hosting with me today is Derek Turner. He's subbing with EJ is one of the is what is a part of the national media today. He will be interviewing Kellen Moore. He's going to be he's in there with the media. He's at the Superdome as we speak, so he's not the host is not here today. So I'm the co-host, and my co-host is Derek Turner. So we both here are holding it down for EJ. So shout out to King that's in the chat. But I like the Saints going with the youth movement. I would like to see Danny Stutzman. I would like to see. I think that the Saints can possibly when as far as trading, we can rule out the Saints trading Alvin Kamara. We can I don't think the Saints have any interest of trading any of the top receivers, Alavely or Shaheed. I think if anybody you can probably trade would probably be Pete Warner, and then you
Oh,
can probably go with Danny Stutzman,
no,
and you
no, no. But what about? I don't mean to cut y'all, but this popped in my head, man.
go ahead.
The offensive line? You know who the weakest link is on that line, right?
Well, is he? Because is he, is Caesar the weakest because of when the other starters were hurt? He plays well when they all together, when everybody's healthy together. He's
Right.
only the weakest link when the guys are not there. You know what I'm saying? When somebody's hurt or one of the tackles hurt or one of the McCoy is hurt, then Caesar becomes the weakest link. Now we all want that rookie, and we love that rookie, but experience means a lot. Caesar
But
has more experience.
that
Now,
boy, what's that left? Is he the left tackle? What's the left tackle?
Simpson, Simpson.
Skims. I think that's his name.
Yeah,
He was
yeah,
taking
Simpson.
your
And
boy
he
to,
looked at
the
awesome. He looked at awesome.
yeah, man. He was taking your boy because I watched the breakdown and just so I could kind of like prepare to talk about him. Man, he was taking the Giants pass rusher to school last week. They
Right. But I don't
like
think the Saints are ready to make him the starter due to the fact that they're paying Caesar that kind of money. And economics, now if Caesar starts struggling, then they'll probably cut ties or trade. I could see Caesar being traded only if he starts struggling, and then because the NFL always need extra guards, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
it's a possibility that can happen, you know what I'm saying? So but as of right now, let's see what Caesar does with the starters because he plays well with the starters. Okay, Caesar is still a first round draft pick. Whether we
I
like
know.
him or not, he was to me. He shouldn't have never been a guard. He was playing out of position. He was drafted as a center coming out of the University of Memphis, but I mean not Memphis, Michigan. But because the Saints already had McCoy, they had to push him down at the line. That was a bad choice for the Saints. The Saints should have never drafted Caesar unless they were going to make him the center. Okay, so that's really not. You got a guy who's playing out of position. You see what I'm saying? Who's playing a position that he didn't play in college, and they
Right.
asking him to play on the line. It's not that the guy is not talented; he's not a good football player. But sometimes it's just that what the NFL just put but he's still a first round talent. So you got an undrafted guy or undrafted rookie who's going to be a diamond in the rut. He's going to be the guy that pushes Caesar out as making him extendable. Okay, so but right now, do you want to take a dead cap hit, or could you trade Caesar if he's struggling? You would want to trade him rather than cut him.
I know. I'm just looking like just thinking about in the league right now. Who would because he at where he at, you can only say he a real high expensive backup. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Can you?
guess what? You got depth. Either way it go, you got depth, right?
Yeah,
Something
depending.
happened this season, you got a guy that you're confident that can come in and you know, at least for this year. At least for this year, you know, we can move on from Caesar and go on with the rookie next year. You see what I'm saying? So this is
Mm-hmm.
going to work out. It's a win-win situation for the Saints. You can either
Yeah,
trade Caesar or you can let him walk next year and cut ties with him. And you know that you already got a guy that's established yourself, and you that's a position you don't have to draft next year. So that young man right there by itself has put. And look, the Saints have picked up a top guard, Dale Arenians. We ain't even got. We haven't.
guy
You
ain't
know,
even touch. He ain't
he
even
ain't
touch
even
the
touching the
field.
field because of Simpkins.
Yeah,
And so now you got other teams who are going to need a guard. That'd be more draft capital for the Saints for other positions that we need. So we become deep. We got depth, something we didn't
yeah.
have last year on our offensive line. The Saints did not have depth on our offensive line. That's why Derek Carr and Spencer were getting demolished in the second half of the season. You know, we can blame a lot on Derek Carr. We could blame a lot on Spencer Rattler. But let's just be honest. It wasn't quarterback. Last year was not a quarterback problem.
Right.
None of the quarterbacks was the problem. The problem was the
Coaching.
interior Saints. The interior, well, yeah, but in fairness to Dennis Allen, they were 2-0 with Dennis Allen at that
You right.
time when they were
You right.
healthy. At that time when they were healthy, they were 2-0. So, you know, what would that team be like if they would have been healthy? You would probably still have Dennis Allen as your head coach. But we luckily it was meant for Dennis Allen not to be our head coach.
Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus.
You know what I'm
Now
saying?
who?
But do you understand what I'm saying? If they didn't have them key injuries that happened to the Saints, you're looking at the Dennis Allen making his first playoff as a head coach with the
Oh
Saints.
my God.
The Saints was going in that direction, and then key components like wide receiver, Chris Olave, Shaheed. I don't think Sean Payton would have won with that team. You see what I'm saying?
Nah. You know I'm a Sean Payton fan, but I'm
You
gonna
can be
say
Sean
this.
Payton all you want, but look, no
Let me say this.
quarterbacks, no
Wait.
quarterbacks, no line. No, you remember what happened that night? The Saints had to play that was on national television, and Sean Payton. I think they played Miami or who they played. They got the hell beat out of them because they had to play. Sean Payton had that rookie Dalton. I mean, not Dalton. He had the rookie that they had out of Notre Dame. I don't know if you remember
Oh,
him.
can't remember that boy. He's on the tip of
The
my
man
tongue,
had
man.
one
Paul.
play. The man played one game. In the one game, everybody blamed that quarterback. And the man had no linemen because of the COVID. Nobody was playing. He was thrown out there to get his butt beat down. You see what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
why would you think Sean Payton would have won with the Saints last year?
He just bring a different. Listen, and I told you what the problem was last year. Them boys
Did
just
Sean
didn't
Payton
play
have
with no.
three losing seasons with the Saints? 7 and 9 seasons back to back. Did you forget about that?
No, but I ain't not. I'm
Oh,
not
you just
saying
looking
that.
at his Super Bowl wins. I
No,
mean,
no,
his
no,
Super
no,
Bowl winning.
no. It's
And,
just
and
something about. It's just something about like it's a different swag that could have carried
but
them.
swag was not going to save last year. That's what I'm saying. You
I,
you got to have talent at some point, my brother. I mean, if you can't just pick guys off the street and say go block my quarterback. You just can't pick up people, no matter how much you a good coach. Coaching can only go so far. Bill
mhm.
Belichick was
But
one
you
of the
don't think
greatest coaches.
you don't
Huh?
think even with Sean Payton, you don't think he would have came up with a scheme that at least get you two more wins? Just him,
Well,
about him being as the coach with whatever he put on the field. This
what?
what
All
he
right,
put.
all right. 2 more wins would have got you 7, right?
I mean
There were
that
there
could have.
were 5, 6, 7. 2 more wins would have got you 7. Boo hoo.
I got you.
And we
I
would and
got you.
we wouldn't have got the draft position that we would have got. We wouldn't have been in a better situation. You would rather lose when you're in that situation.
Right.
So what was good is him winning 2 games for us.
I
We still
got
was
you.
going home.
I
You know what
got
I'm
you.
saying?
Yeah.
I'm just being real. I have
That's my.
gotten.
That I always feel like I could get 2 to 3 extra wins when I got a Sean
Yeah,
Payton
well,
as my coach.
Sean also abandoned the organization. I'm
I
still mad
got
at
you.
him.
I got
And
you.
you got to realize, could he, if he would have stayed, would the team, what could he done with Derek Carr?
Mm.
What could Sean Payton done with Derek Carr? I mean,
Better than Dennis Allen.
better
We
than
might.
Dennis Allen.
Everybody would have liked Derek
They would have
Carr.
liked the man. I mean,
Yeah,
Sean Payton made Drew Brees. After Drew
Drew
Brees came
Brees.
from San Diego, nobody ever thought that would happen, right?
And then
Sometimes a coach elevates, huh?
Even with Sean Payton, what he did with Jameis Winston, we almost thought Jameis Winston was the second Breeze at one
Right.
point.
Well,
So
he was
that what I'm
controlling. He was controlling Jameis. I didn't
the
like what
same
he did,
thing.
Jameis.
The same thing like he did with Bo Nix. Like I'm watching the game right now with Bo Nix. He keep him on the leash just
Well,
enough.
he letting
Play
Bo
now.
Nix, because Bo
Now,
Nix been yelling at Sean Payton on the sideline. I ain't never seen Drew Brees. I ain't never seen Drew Brees yell at Sean Payton. Bo Nix be yelling at Sean Payton.
but it's still, like I'm. I just think that man, we got. I think we got something. At first I was a little, a little shaky, but I saw something. Like I told you, bro, it's
Kellen
about the.
is a Sean Payton. Kellen is one of them guys like you like. He's
Yeah,
not.
I
The
like
only
the.
thing about Kellen Moore is Kellen is not as vocal as Sean Payton.
Ooh,
But Kellen, you don't have to be a vocal. Andy Reid is not a vocal person.
right.
Kellen is a schemer. Kellen does what Sean Payton does. Kellen schemes against teams. If you look at the way he does, he schemes. He knows, and he reminds me of Sean Payton in many ways. You know what I'm saying? He just got to get his team together. He maybe as he get older, he gets that become that guy that gets
Hmm.
confident enough to get in the face of the players. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I just feel like I just like I like what I saw last. I'm not gonna say I didn't like anything that I didn't see over the last few games. I like the fact I just felt like he didn't trust Ratliff as much as he trusted him in the last 2 games. The
Right.
last 2 games,
To let
I
him
can see
loose. To
let
let
him
him
loose.
get, to let it fly.
Yeah, yeah,
He
because
got you can't blame him. You can't blame him because at the end of the day, that's what Sean Payton did with Jameis Winston. He was entrusting him because he thought he was going to throw interceptions. But then eventually he started to earn the trust. And
hmm
I think that Spencer is proving a lot of doubters wrong. But I want Spencer to stop playing it safe himself. I want Spencer to be more aggressive himself. Okay, because there's a lot of plays that are left down on the field when he checks down and checks down and checks down. I
yeah.
would like to see him be a more aggressive. Because I think there's a lot of plays that's left on the field.
Well,
I
I
think
think
there's.
now that you got your tight ends back for two
Oh,
healthy
that's big. That is
man,
big.
two
The
you
tight
got
end
you got
position.
so many. I mean, I'm surprised they're not running as much as they running with all the tight ends. You got Taysom, now you got Jawan,
Well,
then
they
you got
just coming. They just coming
yeah.
in,
That's
and
what I'm
they
saying with them
and they ain't
coming
know the
back.
scheme. You got to remember, they a lot. Them guys miss training camp.
Yeah.
You
So
know,
just them coming,
Foster and Taysom missed all the training camp.
man. I'm looking at now. He got weapons. Now you got all your weapons. You ain't got nobody on the weapon side, not the offensive line, but nobody at the weapon side. You got your tight ends, you got your running backs, and you got your some wide receivers. I still wish we had like a big 6'4" wide receiver
He
just to
following you.
go up and get some. But now you got some weapons, man, and
You got to get your Oreo.
I want to see this offense open up, man.
Oh, go ahead, brother. My
Oh,
son was
okay.
talking to me.
Yeah, man. But I just think that they should get now we should see a little bit more. And I think after they come off that bye too, they should be like in rare form, especially if they get this win today, which I'm expecting.
Well,
They
lean on Kellen. I need Kellen to lean on his running game.
yeah,
Lean on Kendra Miller and Alvin Kamara like that, like Sean Payton did with Mark Ingram and Alvin Kamara. I think that could be a devastating 1-2 punch with Taysom as that third. that third option and maybe the rookie. You know what I'm saying? They got to
Mm-hmm.
run that ball. In order for Spencer Rattler to be successful, the Saints got to be aggressive and run that ball. They got to run that ball, run it down, and do not. That keeps the pressure off of Spencer Rattler.
Let me ask you
Spencer
just a
Rattler,
quick question. You
go
think
ahead.
Kamara running with the same energy he used to run with?
Yeah, I just think that he's doing some bonehead things, running behind. When you look at Alvin got to realize he is not a big guy. Alvin, Alvin got to stop trying to run into the between the guard, do the guard and all that. Alvin is a slasher. Alvin is
Yeah,
not meant to be going in. You That's why you have Kendra for that. Kendra Miller is that guy. Like you know what Kendra's starting to remind me of, and you might think I'm foolish for saying this, but the way his style is, Marshawn Lynch. If you look at the way Kendra Miller is running that ball up in the gut, he got that Marshawn Lynch inside of him.
yeah, you gonna hit
You know,
somebody.
oh man, bro. And all that stuff, I told people, be patient with Kendra. Kendra finally got a coach that believes in him. Um, um, and Dennis Allen tried to ruin that kid.
Yeah,
Dennis Allen was put that man in a doghouse because of injuries. And what I told you about this regime is willing to let the guy get healthy. And that's what I noticed. Whether Dennis Allen was probably worried about his job. If you don't hurry up, you on see Dennis Allen knew that he had a short lease. So
yeah.
Dennis knew I have to win now, and he's blaming kids that he drafted that was already injured. Kendra Miller was drafted injured, so you should know that you're gonna have to be patient with a guy that was like that.
Mm-hmm.
He was drafted coming out of TCU injured. So I would know if I'm drafting a guy, I'm drafting him for his potential, his future potential. I'm not drafting him to play right away. And that's what people like. The Saints traded with New England and got one of New England second round pick wide receivers. They form an second or number one pick. I forgot the guy. I can't think of his name. Polk. But that's for the future. He's in the people said, why did the Saints trade for an injured player? Well, they're not expecting him to play this year. The Saints are in rebuild. That's how you know the Saints are rebuilding. They're looking at that kid as potential in the future. But fans are delusional to think that they're trying to win. They're actually not trying to win. They want to win, but
They
they're
might fool
rebuilding.
around and win.
They're rebuilding. You can win and rebuild at the same time. But
Yeah,
don't expect if they're losing. Don't expect too much this year out of the organization. Don't expect that going too overboard. But the Saints can fool around and win games that they ain't supposed to win. Because all it takes in the NFL is confidence. All it takes in the NFL is a taste of victory. You get that taste of victory in your mouth, then you start beating teams you ain't supposed to beat.
and
And
the thing,
go ahead.
if you look back at it, man, they not like I went back and I just looked at the San Francisco game, which got away from them, which was really, you know what I'm
And
saying, was
Arizona, and Arizona.
and them two, man, can you believe that? Just if they was just, you know, just would have
Shout out to
tied
the
down,
great Henry Winters. Go ahead.
if it would have just got loose just for them two games, even one of them games where they'll be sitting right now. You know, even if they'd have got the San Fran game, because it was right there in their lap to take it away. You know what I'm saying? The only game they got their ass with was the Seahawks game, and you know, so I mean, I'm looking forward to it, man. I can't
Yeah,
wait till the game
and that
today.
and people they overreacted with the Seahawks game because that game got away from special teams debacle, and they got
Hmm.
behind so bad and they weren't able to come back. But you look at the NFL, almost a lot of teams will have gotten blowed out this year. A lot
Yeah,
of teams, Detroit Lions had got blowed out their first game of the year, but turn around their season now they're like 4-1 right now. So people look at that one blowout and start saying, "Oh man, the Saints are horrible." No, the Saints have been in basically every game this year,
yep, except the
except for that
Seahawks. That's
Seahawks
it.
game. So the Saints, people thought that the Saints had the worst talent in the NFL. They don't, and they're proving that they're not the worst team in the NFL.
And
And
I think now you like you said, I don't mean to cut y'all, but
go ahead, you can
you
cut me
made a
off. You're the co-host. Go ahead.
you making some good points today, man. Because like I said, these boys, they got me excited. You know what I'm saying? I was excited before, but man, I can't wait for this game to
I
come
mean,
on. You know what I'm
what you just said? They just literally beat the Giants, and the Giants turn around and beat who? Philadelphia Eagles.
Philadelphia Eagles with the stew
So,
out of them.
so what that tell you? That tells you that the Saints are not that far behind what we were supposedly mocked as the worst team in the NFL.
Yeah,
We're supposed to have, and people don't understand the Saints got their whole offensive line is full of number one picks. The whole offensive line is full of number one picks. If you get them dudes healthy, bruh, I think when Kellen Moore took the job, he saw the offensive line. Most head coaches know that to establish a foundation, you got to have a good offensive line, and
right.
the Saints have a good offensive line. And that's it. And I tell people, I said, look, man, look at the New York Jets. The Jets, a lot of us wanted Aaron Glenn. Not me, I didn't want Aaron Glenn, but he was my second choice. But a lot of us wanted Aaron Glenn.
I'm gonna tell you
Aaron,
this.
Aaron
Watching him
Glenn,
right now. You right. His decision making is
right.
bad.
But I'm glad we didn't get. I
Man,
wanted an offensive-minded guy, but for this reason, because he's going to be a Dennis Allen type of head coach. You might be good on one side of the ball, but when it comes to overseeing, you got to have a damn good offensive coordinator to go with a defensive guy. And that was the knock on Dennis Allen. The fact that Dennis Allen is not Dennis Allen ain't no Bill Belichick, man.
right.
So Dennis Allen needs a guy. Even Bill Belichick needed a guy to be an offensive coordinator for him. Okay, so when you don't have that offensive coordinator like Josh McDaniels, you know what do you know about the other side of the ball? And that's one thing about an offensive minded guy. The offensive minded guys are the most successful coaches in the NFL. Just look at
Who
them. Go look at Josh
who
McDaniels, my Shanahan. Look at Sean Payton. Look at all these. The offensive guy is the most that was the best thing the Saints could have done. And people wanted that dude Brady, Joe Brady. Joe Brady is not better than Kellen Moore. Kellen
right.
Moore, Kellen Moore went down. Had the Dallas Cowboy offense one of the top 5 in the NFL. Kellen Moore had to deal with San Diego. I mean, not San Diego. Los Angeles Chargers, and he had them going good, but the overall team, the defense was horrible. But Kellen Moore, everywhere he went, the offenses succeed. He wins the Super Bowl with the Philadelphia Eagles. Look at the Philadelphia Eagles
Didn't
offense
he
right now.
won two with the Eagles, or he won one?
He won one, but
Okay.
look at the Philadelphia Eagles now.
Yeah, they
Look at their
struggling, man. It was
offense. Their
something else.
offense looked when they got mad. They got mad with Drew Brees for saying that Philly offense looked boring. They look boring because the guy who brought the style is gone. The guy who changed, who had them exciting, all them exciting plays that they had last year, is over here in New Orleans. Kellen has always been had a mind. He's 35 years old, my
Right.
brother. 35 years old. Sean Payton took over for the New Orleans Saints at 42.
Oh,
Sean Payton was 42 when he took over the New Orleans Saints. And you got a 35-year-old man. You don't understand. This is what the Saints brought in new energy, and they said nobody wanted the job. Nobody wanted the job when Sean Payton took over. If I'm going to start me a franchise, I'm going to get an offensive-minded coach. And because you can always find that defensive-minded guy. Look what he went and got. He went and got a dude, Brandon Staley,
who was a former
who
head coach?
who was his guy. He was the offensive coordinator for him. That
Right.
was the smartest move. That's how you know that this dude know what he's doing, bro. He went and got a guy, Brandon Staley, who's more known for defense because the Rams don't win that Super Bowl without a Brandon Staley in his split scheme.
Right.
See, Brandon Staley is like Dennis Allen. They're not overseers. They're not good as head coaches. But on that one side of the ball, you can't. Ain't nobody could look. Dennis Allen got Chicago looking good on the defensive side of the ball.
Defense is high.
So anybody say he can't coach. I mean, he can't overcoach, oversee, because
Right.
the man don't get no top jobs like that if he can't coach football.
let me ask you this. So let's just break it down like on both sides of the ball. Trade deadline coming up. What side you helping out? If you whatever you need,
First
what
of all,
side?
nobody's touching Chris Olave or Shaheed, and nobody's touching Alvin Kamara. That's off the table. That's the focal part of this team. I am not trading them three guys right there.
Mm,
Now, Caesar is tempting for a team that probably need a guard, and you can probably get a future third round pick for a starting NFL guard. That's the if somebody come after Caesar, somebody come after Pete Warner. I already got Danny Stutzman. You see what I'm saying? Backing him up, and we can go into a youth movement. And I would be very much excited into going into a youth movement like that.
mm,
Because right now, Yadam was a blessing for the Saints. Now that Yadam got hurt, we gonna get our fourth round draft pick back. Yadam lost his starting position because of injury.
right.
And you got Riley, who you drafted. You know what I'm saying? You drafted this kid, and you got rookies playing there, and you get your draft position back now. And now the Saints then picked up they picked up a cornerback that played with the Chargers. I can't think of his last name right now, but they picked his name Michael, his first name Mike something. I
Mm,
can't think of his name. But he's a press corner. He's 30 years old. He got a lot of
upside.
yeah. Oh well, he's 6'2" corner,
Mm,
and he got long arms, and Saints need that. Okay, playing against big corners. I mean, big wide receivers in the NFL. I think if the Saints had to address a position, it would be keep trying to fix that wide receiver. If I can get another wide receiver with size like Burks, right now, Trey Burks is available. You don't even have to trade for him. You can go ahead and pick him up. Trey Burks is a first round draft pick from the Tennessee Titans. That's a guy I would be interested in just bringing in. Trey Burks, wide receiver from Tennessee Titans. That's a guy that I would look at. I think the Saints are wide receivers got to get bigger.
yeah, that's a
Michael Davis. Thank you, Nas. Why you not on the panel, Nas? Why you not on the panel? It's in the Tell him the link is in the chat.
yeah. You link. That's how I got on when I first started. The link was
The
in the
link
chat.
is in the chat, Nas. So that's a guy, Trey Burks, a guy that I would be interested in. You won't have to pay a lot of money because right now Trey Burks was released on an injury cause. Vila is injured. Vila is playing, but he's playing with an ankle injury. Vila should play today. We got to look at the injury report. But Vila is pretty well, but he's been dealing with an ankle injury. No, a hamstring. It's a hamstring. So
Yeah.
it says, and then we haven't yet to see the kid from Tampa Bay that we picked up. The kid that we picked up from Tampa Bay because he's been injured with a hamstring.
Dang.
So that's why we haven't seen him.
So we
So
got some. So you don't need to touch the defensive side. You think the defense can finish the year
if I
like it
if
is?
I'm going to touch anything on the defense, I could keep on upgrading the D line, stopping the run.
What about
It,
the linebackers? Mm,
well, I mean, you got Danny Stutzman. Danny Stutzman is waiting right behind. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Simpkins is ruled out today. Wow, why? Do you know why? I didn't know he had an injury.
No, I
That
didn't
means,
even know her either.
but you see, that's why I told you the importance of not giving up on Caesar because Caesar is still he's still a damn starter. So that means ratings. That means Dalen ratings is going to be activated. Okay.
Damn, man, how you got hurt, man?
Well, in that game, he probably got banged up. You know what I'm saying? McCoy has not allowed a single
Trying to
sack.
find a.
We need to
I'm trying to
pay
find.
Stutzman more. Or play Stutzman more. Yeah, we got to play Stutzman. There's no need for the Saints to go after linebackers. They drafted linebackers. They drafted people that they can put out there. We don't want to overspend. The Saints are not expected to compete for playoffs. Not don't get me wrong now. If the Saints are starting to win, and a lot of things change after the bye. You got to remember when the bye week, the Saints win this game, they go 2-4, and bruh, All things is look. All things are possible if the Saints are able to pull off a victory today. All things are
Mm,
possible.
I'm trying to
Everything's
pull
on
up
the
the.
table, Derek. If the
I'm
Saints
look.
win this game,
I'm
this
trying
is
to pull
very,
up the
very
full.
important game, huh?
Trying to pull up the full injury report.
And
Here we
Derek,
go.
Derek, another thing that we got to realize: home field advantage. Kellen Moore got to establish a home field advantage. Protect our house.
Yeah.
Protect our house. And
Antonio Gibson, he out running back for New
oh, that's
Orleans.
big. Antonio Gibson not playing for Patriots is big. That means, but you know what we're gonna have to worry about is that rookie. We're gonna have to worry
Chris
about that rookie because they got a rookie on that team that out of Ohio State, I think.
Christian Gonzalez for hamstring, he gonna play the
Oh
cornerback for
man, I
New
was
England.
hoping that he was not gonna play. He's their best
Yeah,
cornerback. Now, if he has an injury, I would try to target him. If he has an injury, I would try to. Yeah, Henderson, that's a dude. That's the Travion Henderson, bruh.
yeah, he get
That
going.
dude there is a home run hitter, bruh. If anybody listen, if that dude he can win the game by himself. Travion Henderson.
Henderson,
Oh, they said he's a healthy scratch. Okay, he's a healthy scratch.
that ain't good for him. Then
He's a healthy scratch. No,
you don't
no.
know.
They say Simpkins is not injured. Is a healthy scratch.
Oh,
Well, that's good for the team. That's good. That means the Saints. Uh, I told you it's money, bruh. I told you it's all about money. And right now, Caesar is making the money. Okay, they're not. It just is what it is. Caesar and then Dalen Reddings is a veteran guy too. So they just feel like this particular game they don't need him. Now Christian Boyd, somebody said something about Christian Boyd, number 74 guard at Xavier Trust, and all these are non-participating. Why you put that up? What do you got this up for? Are they not playing? That's what he trying to say. Because I don't expect Boyd. Yeah, but I didn't expect Christian Boyd to play because he have that broken wrist.
wait, man,
How
just
you
had to.
doing, Nas? How you doing, Nas? What do you think? What is the keys to success of the New Orleans Saints winning today? Go ahead, Nas.
This game, Patriots. Mm,
You know, Nas don't never have his phone working right, bro.
That cause look like he driving.
I'm trying to see everybody who out. Let's see, Jawan Johnson. He didn't practice. Well,
He
he full
playing.
practice. Yeah, he playing.
You know
They
why? You
got
know why Jawan John? Y'all know why Jawan is playing? Jawan knows Foster is back.
yeah.
yep,
Alvin is questionable, but he probably gonna play.
Oh, he playing.
Yeah.
yep.
Let's see
He
who
playing
this.
ankle injury. They
John
said he's gonna most
Ridgeway,
likely play.
Jonathan
Let me tell you
Ridgeway.
something. It's big having Chase Young back. It's big having Chase Young back for this game, y'all. The
That
fact that
pass rush is
Chase
gonna
Young
be
is
better.
playing, oh, he's active. It's big having Chase Young back. Chase Young by himself is gonna cause. Let me tell you something. Now you ain't gonna be able to double team Granderson. You ain't gonna be able to double team Granderson gonna eat. Granderson
Mm-hmm.
is going to eat. I'm telling y'all, Chase Young does other stuff in the run game that helps the New Orleans Saints. That was big, bro.
Yep.
Drake May better watch himself out, bro, because they got their guys back now. We need more
Yeah.
rush attempts than pass attempts. Yes, we do. I think the Saints gotta run that ball effectively. I would love to see. Don't be pass happy unless you know for a fact that New England is like if it's open, then you're gonna have to take it. But how you want to beat New England Patriots is you want to
Beat him,
feast, you want to run that ball,
beat him with
feast
the
all the
run because they
beats.
weak against it.
And I'm telling you, the keys is Kendra Miller. A lot of people say Alvin Kamara, but I believe Kendra Miller because Kendra Miller is that Marshawn Lynch type of running back he's gonna wear out the New England Patriots, and then that's gonna kick open Alvin Kamara for a big run. That's how you want to do it. You want to run them two dudes. You want to run. You want to run the monster in the middle, and then you want to allow Alvin to catch the around the end. But
Add in
Miller
Taysom
should
for the
be,
dirty yards.
huh?
That add in Taysom when
Wait,
you add
Nas
that
said something?
battering ram guy.
Well,
That's
Taysom
really
is gonna be that goal line guy. Taysom is gonna be the goal line guy. But Taysom looked a little bit slow. And one of the
yeah.
reasons is because he's just coming back off his injury.
Mm-hmm.
But and
Little
pretty
game
much
speed.
and then he's still learning off the playbook.
Mm-hmm.
You got to remember, he just coming in.
Okay, there go
Mm-hmm.
Nas. We can hear you now, Nas.
Yeah. He'll be good though once he get back within
So,
five
what is
games.
your keys to this game, Nas? Go ahead.
You be all you got to do is be the Patriots with the run game. You run the ball more than you do pass. Cause in history, we know how the Patriots is when it comes down to the run game. They weak against it. Now, when it comes down to pass rush, that's where they eat you alive. You look back at the Brady years. How did they
Absolutely.
beat you? Pass rush. That pass rush was nasty. Run game, they just couldn't stop you. Now, this game, when it comes down to going against Drake May, we got to close that boy out. We got to get a spy on him.
Well,
If you don't
this
spy
guy,
Drake
this
May,
gonna be a chess
he's
match.
sneaky.
This gonna be a chess match. You got Vrabel, who is known as a great defensive coordinator, and you got Kellen Moore, who's known as a great offensive mind. So I want to see Kellen Moore out coach Vrabel.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see him out coach Vrabel. That's gonna tell me a lot about Kellen Moore because he's going against a guy like Vrabel, who's a veteran, a guy that's really good with schemes. And like I said, this ain't no Tom Brady's team. This ain't no Bill Belichick's team. And I think that this is a winnable game for the New Orleans Saints at home.
Man, we've been home a lot this season, seems like.
In the beginning, that we in the beginning,
Mm-hmm.
it's the
Because we
Damn,
beginning.
ain't got
So
no
we're
primetime
gonna we're gonna be
games.
on the road. We're gonna be on the road in the second half, though.
damn.
We ain't got no primetime games
Who we
neither.
got in the second half? I be worrying about them winter games,
Well,
man.
like I told you, the Rams. We play the Rams. We
We
play the
got the
Chicago
Titans. We
Bears.
got the Jets.
We got the Chicago Bears. We got the Titans. We got the Jets. We got we got plus our division, Carolina and Atlanta and all them.
Atlanta.
Yeah, but I'm
Yeah.
not worrying
Tampa
about
Bay.
the weather with them. I'm talking about like them cold nature games where you go up to
But the
like
only
minutes.
cold nature game you have left because you played Buffalo early, which was
Got the
at a good
Jets.
time. So the only no I think the Jets coming to the dome.
Okay.
Jets coming to the dome. The only game that you got to worry about is Chicago. The Jets coming to the Superdome, and that's going to be a game where the Saints can embarrass Aaron Glenn for not taking the job.
Thing to it is, you got to close out Justin Fields.
Well, he getting worked over here, but they could just take the blueprint from Denver because he ain't doing too much now. He said, bro, like I'm like if you don't have a quarterback in today's college or NFL, you don't really have no team. Man, I'm telling you, bro, this dude Justin Fields been missing people wide open, bro. Just
Well,
bad.
well. It ain't just Justin Fields.
No, I'm talking about like Tua. That boy need to retire, man. For his life, he ain't gonna have no brain. He got so many
I
concussions.
don't want. Let me tell you something. Let me stay around for the Saints game. But let me tell you something, bro. Look, I know what y'all saying, but let me tell you something. I watched. Let me tell you the games. I seen plays that were wide open. Or what quarterback that was just the ball was like, man, I could have threw that shit right in the hand. There was several bad play. I mean, bad play. That's why statistically, Spencer Rattler is looking better than a lot of these guys.
Right.
It's about his completion. He's like third in the NFL in completions, and that's just and a lot of that is short dink and dunks and hitting inter routes to the sideline. But guess what? They're being completed. But I would like to see Kellen open up the book and let that man sling it because I think after he showed what he can do with that arm where he threw it to Shaheed. He showed
On
he
that
has the
87
ability.
yarder, just
Hmm.
look
But
up
I
and
haven't
see
gave
the answer.
I haven't gave up on Tyler Shuck taking over, at some point though. I know a lot of people ain't gonna like me
Oh,
saying
come
that.
on, man. Don't
I,
jinx the man, bro. He
well,
just
I'm not
got
trying
in
to
it.
jinx him. I'm just saying
Eventually, a head coach is
if
going to decide to start
if
his own guy.
Rattler, all I'm saying, if
He
Rattler,
stinks up.
only if Rattler, it's up to Rattler to keep Tyler away. If Rattler goes on a streak and start winning, he can keep, and look, that's a good thing for the Saints. Because
Hmm.
then we can have a guy like Tyler Shuck who could be a good backup. And if this say something happened to Spencer, you got a guy who was drafted to be the guy anyway. So it is what it is. I mean, I'm rooting for Spencer to keep the job. I just want him to win. That one game don't fulfill anything. One game, okay, that's one game. I want to see
If
him
he
go on
go
the
five
streak.
games, if
Yeah,
he can
I want
go
him to start.
three or
I
four
want
out
him
of
to
five
start
games, he's straight.
winning. He start winning, he gonna shut me up. Win more than just beat the Giants. You gotta beat the New England Patriots today. Be on their foot, cause
And they
other
got
than that, you gonna be 1-11.
if he beat them today, that's a good mark for the team because they ranked 13th in the in
Right.
the in the in
I want to see him
NFL.
right the wrongs of what happened last year. I want to see him go out there and win ball games. And I think that one game was very important because a lot of people, I'm gonna tell you, a lot of people say the Saints didn't win because of Spencer Rattler. They said they won a lot of people say they won despite Spencer Rattler. The defense won the game. A lot of people saying that, bro.
I
They still
only thing
got
about
questions.
only
A
only
lot of
thing
people
about that,
said, look at 5 turnovers in the game. A lot of people said we should have scored more points than 26, and we should have. I mean,
I think we should have.
Groupie missed 2 field goals. The Saints would have had 30 points
Yeah,
the Saints would have had 30 points. That's 30 points that was taken away because of Blake Groupie. We really need to be questioning, do we need Blake Groupie to be the kicker? Because Blake Groupie is
Blake gotta
missing
go.
too
I'm
many
sorry,
kicks.
Blake gotta go.
how many
Blake has to
he
go. I've
missed?
been saying it.
But then, man, these dudes, it be so quick to just get rid of people, man. Like I ain't saying
Year
Goopy the
two with
best, but
Groupie's got
who
no
you gonna
excuses. He a veteran. He know
who
better.
gonna go out there and kick it? It ain't like you only got like 3 good kickers in the whole NFL.
I don't mind the 50 misses, but when you missing the 30, that
Yeah,
shit, I got a problem with that. If you're missing 50, 58, 60, then that happens sometimes. But when he missing easy kicks, that's right there. That's my problem with it. And the only way you got a guy on your roster that you can elevate off the practice squad to at least get him. I would demote. I would put a groupie on the practice squad just to punish him, and let the other guy go out there and give it a shot. Charlie Smith. I'll let Charlie Smith get a shot. Ain't no excuses for no Blake groupie, man. Because like I told you, and then I want to see the Saints score more
Exactly.
touchdowns. I
Groupie
have
ain't no rookie no more. He know better. Groupie know
my
better.
thing. I want to see I want to see Spencer Rattler get better in the red zone. We get at the goal line. We need more red zone scores.
okay, but when y'all say that, bro, I have a hard time, and I understand, bro, but how can you if he's not the one that's running the play or calling the play? How you gonna fault this man if the man tell him to run the ball? He got to run the ball.
Well, there were places. Okay, all right. Let's go back to the Brandon Cook pass that was thrown behind. That ball was thrown supposed to be in the end zone. That was the game against
49ers.
49ers. The ball was thrown behind the man. Look at the other pass he threw. Several games where he threw the ball behind. Okay, so he got to get better. I want to see him get better in the red zone.
I
I want
got
to
you.
see him get better in the red zone. I'm only being just constructive criticism.
I
And, and
understand what
and
you're saying.
and they got some fans that don't, because they have a fan favorite they feel you ain't supposed to say nothing. They feel what I'm saying is negative, but what I'm saying is if you want to keep your job and you want to be the quarterback of the Saints, I expect you to do better. We got Saints fans. We can't just be, oh, but he looking good. No, we need more than just looking good. We want him to he's getting better, don't get me wrong. He is
Right.
much better. He is much better than what he was last year.
So let me ask you this: do you think that because
Is with
with him
Rattler.
splitting,
Rattler leaves a lot to be desired under better coaching.
Huh?
That's what people ain't talking about. Also, is that Rattler leaves a lot to be desired under better coaching of what
I
he's
don't I
getting.
don't know. I don't know. Cause see, one of the things that what we do is a lot of things what we do is say that coaching. And I get upset because y'all act like Clint Kubiak was a bad coach. Clint Kubiak got the Seattle Seahawks probably gonna be in the playoffs. Clint Kubiak offense is scoring touchdowns with Sam Darnold. Okay?
Mhm.
So we can't sit there and say it's Clint Kubiak because Clint Kubiak and that Saints offense were depleted. They were injured. You can't blame Spencer Rattler. You can't blame Clint Kubiak from last year. The offense sputtered because of not having Shaheed, not having Chris Olave, not having. You got to realize this, and we're not being. We just be critical as Saints fans. We like as Saints fans. We just want to be so critical of our football team, and we just think that they. But we don't look at the whole point of view. We don't sit there and say, "Well, you know what? Maybe the issues was the team was so injured they couldn't climb themselves out of it." So I like what the new coaching staff is doing. The Saints have less injuries right now at this time than they had last year.
Well, you still ain't answered the question. Did do you at the we about to hit this? You know the free agent, not the free agent, but the trade deadline. What you who you still we stand solid with the defense or we stand solid with the offense? You never
I think
answered
we
those
need,
questions.
like I said, if you could find somebody who's stupid enough to want to give up a wide receiver, I still think that the Saints lack. I still think that the Saints lack explosiveness. I think there are players. We're not an explosive football team. We might have that with Shaheed, but
Mhm.
who other than Shaheed, who's more explosive? Who's the explosive guy on this team? Other than Rashid Shaheed, who is the explosive guy that you can say, "Oh, everybody gonna be scared of that guy"?
But see, that's what Cooks was supposed to be. But I haven't seen Cooks go down the
Well,
field
because
not
well,
one
Brandon
time.
Brandon is up age, and Brandon's not getting a lot of balls thrown to him. And when Brandon is open, he catches the ball. Brandon has been catching all the passes that was thrown to him. And Brandon had a touchdown that I told you that was thrown behind him. So Cooks is a guy that's supposed to be used as explosiveness, but he's up in age. He's like 30 years old.
I just want to see this. I just want to see the offense open up. And well, as far as who I think, I just think that we need another linebacker, a little
Why
bit
why would you
young.
need another linebacker? Because
I think
I think more of a defensive lineman than a linebacker, defensive tackle, more beef than a D lineman. Because if I mean a linebacker, because look at the linebackers. I mean,
they running this
the
three
only
four.
person that's probably weak is Pete Warner in coverage.
That's maybe I need to say I need a coverage linebacker.
Well, maybe you got him on the football team, and we just got to be patient to use him. Danny Stutzman is that guy that we haven't used yet. We drafted that kid out of Oklahoma. That kid is a
God,
beast, man.
forgot about him, man. Why he not? He hurt.
No, he just haven't hit the lineup yet. He on special
God,
teams. They got him running
dog.
around special teams
Because it's fighting to make Pete fit a system that he don't fit. Pete's not
because
a three
Pete.
four. He a 4-3.
First of all,
He
you
runs
got to
4-3
remember Pete,
defense.
and then Pete makes a lot of money. You got to remember they extended Pete contract.
Yeah.
So
For three
economics,
years,
we
25
we
mil, and
the
this is
same thing
his
we're
second year of his contract.
the same thing we just talked about Simpkins. About Simpkins' contract. About Caesar's contract and why Caesar is gonna just come right back in and take his job. You just get Caesar is one of the highest paid linemen on the team. The teams are not going to listen to fans and throw economically mess their team up, having a guy sit on the bench that they're paying a lot of money to.
Right.
They're gonna do what they got to do to get it out of them, or they're gonna eventually trade the guy. You get what I'm saying? Eventually, but like I said, I want to see this football team get more aggressive. I want to see Kellen Moore get more aggressive. This is now your fifth game of the season, right? You know, now this is week 6, right?
Yeah,
You played 5 games. You're 1-4. You've been playing to try to get, trying to not put everything on your young quarterback. But now it's time to see what Rattler really is. And we cannot hide him from mistakes. We got to see if Rattler is our guy, bro. And we
yeah.
got to go aggressively and let Rattler go hit them bombs. Let Rattler loose. Let him loose. You're gonna find out if he's your
because
guy, and
Kellen got
if he not your guy, then you go get the guy you drafted. That's how you got to do it. But I want to see Rattler. I want to see more than just a lucky play that goes down the scene, one big 87-yard touchdown. No, I want to see goal line. We get to the goal line. We've been driving, y'all. It's not that the Saints have not been driving. The Saints have been in the red zone. We
Well,
just
you
kicking
got.
field goals instead of touchdowns.
Well, you're supposed to have all your dogs today. We should see
Well,
something
well,
different.
that's why I expect the Saints offense to be much better because you got Taysom Hill now. And at the goal line, you should get more touchdowns out of Taysom Hill at the goal line and Foster Moreau at the goal line. These are now you're getting more. That's why I don't see no excuses for Spencer to be able to be able to. He's got his guys now. Spencer
Yeah.
literally didn't have that last year. Spencer literally didn't have it. Anybody would have started the career off 0-8. Anybody would have started 0-6 or 0-8, something like that. Anybody would have, if you had to go in them conditions, anybody would have started off bad.
Well, I ain't no. I'm now that you got your line back. You get, especially if you get through this week healthy after this game, win or lose. All bets should be off after this
And
game right
Derek,
here.
trading all the time, trading does not always upgrade your football team. Or going get somebody else's trash does not always make us a better football team. Sometimes you got to coach what you got. The Saints are in rebuild stage. No, there's no need for us to take on big contracts. We got to
No, I'm
build.
not saying. I was just
Yeah,
saying go find a wide receiver, even if you pick one up off of free agency, because you're going into the buy. You pick
yeah,
one
but
up.
that's what I told you. The one in free agents, Trey Burks is out there. If I'm going to look for a guy, he's a former #1 pick. He's a guy that would be perfect in the Saints scheme because of the fact that he
he's
would play that
6'2", he's
AJ
6'2",
Brown
225.
position. He's an AJ Brown type of wide receiver. He
He's
would play
6'2",
that,
225 too.
and
He a
that's what
big body
Kellen Moore.
receiver.
Kellen Moore like that AJ Brown type of wide receiver.
What they
All
what?
big
Fit,
body
he
wide
would.
receiver.
How tall is he?
He's
6'2",
He's
225.
6'3". 6'3".
Okay.
It's a big guy, huh? Nas?
He's 6'2".
6'2", 6'3". That's the same.
Mm-hmm.
I just need. I'm just looking for that big wide receiver, man. I know
We
that can
got the
That's
help.
big wide
another.
receiver. We got a 6'5" guy that got to get the ball more. Vilay is a guy that you got to be. The Saints have to be. That's why I say it's the playbook. And I understand that's why I'm not knocking Kellen Moore because according on who you play, you can't just open it up like that.
Right.
According on the team, because you played a hard schedule at first. You didn't expect them to open it up against a Buffalo or open up against a Seahawk team or a 49 team. No, I expect them to because you don't want to ruin the psyche of your quarterback. You don't want to ruin the psyche of him. Already he didn't win games in the football season, so you don't want to ruin the psyche. So I love the way he groomed him into his position. But now it's time to let the young man loose. Now it's time to go ahead, Kellen Moore, pick up your big boy pads and let this man go out there and be the best he can be. I'm rooting for Spencer Rattler,
I'm moving on too.
but one game ain't gonna satisfy me. One game ain't gonna satisfy me. The NFL is
Okay, so
about
like,
winning.
so let me ask you this. We had this talk. Even regardless if the defense lose a game, we still blame Spencer Rattler. If the defense loses the game today, they don't come to play. Are you still gonna blame Spencer Rattler?
It all no. The only thing I'm gonna blame is the Spencer Rattler is was you able to counter the mistakes of your defense?
Okay.
Because if you counter the mistakes of your defense, say the defense allowed them to score, you go back and score against them. That's the one thing I used to love about Drew Brees. If Tom Brady threw a touchdown on the Saints, Drew Brees was gonna come back and throw a touchdown on him,
because quarterbacks
and that
elevate.
was
And
that was
listen,
a part of
quarterbacks make a
grit
lead.
and
Quarterbacks get
swag.
the praise and the blame, regardless win lose. They
Quarterbacks
get
gonna
all
get
the
and
criticism.
that's just the nature of life, and that's the one thing that Saints fans can't get. That in the NFL, there's no crying in football. There's no crying in football. You play to win the game. You either win the game or you lose the game. And that's the things that we got to understand. There's winning and losing in football. It's not that, oh, but he played well. You think them people give a damn? They don't care if you played well and despite you playing well, we lost the game. No, quarterbacks elevate their football team. Every great quarterback has elevate winning culture. Every great quarterback that you have ever seen, Joe Montana elevated the 49ers.
Mm-hmm.
Every great quarterback that you've seen in the Niners, John Elway elevated. He had some of the horriblest defense, but John Elway was going to elevate that team.
Troy Aikman.
You knew you were not out of the game when you knew that you had quarterbacks like that. And that's what I want. I want people to understand that we can't sit there and baby the guy. I'm not gonna get. I praised him for that win. But look at the rookie over there. Aren't you not impressed with Jackson Dart and the New York Giants?
Mm-hmm.
They drafted a guy that everybody was talking shit about. This guy here has the Giants looking. I mean, they looking good, man. In one short week, we beat the Giants. In the short week, he beats the Philadelphia Eagles, the Super Bowl champions. That's elevating your football team.
I got you.
There are certain things you can't teach people. How to win. How to be a winner. When a football team sees their quarterback, elevated team. I seen that with Cam Newton. Cam Newton had that in him. Cam Newton had a horrible team organization he was drafted to.
Mm-hmm.
But Cam Newton put that organization on his back. He won games by himself. Michael Vick won games for the Falcons by himself. He elevated the team. That's what NFL quarterbacks do. They elevate bad programs, bad football programs. What you think Baker Mayfield did when he got back with Tampa? When he got with Tampa, he elevated Tampa, man.
You still is.
Tampa was supposed to be like us. Tampa was over the cap. They were supposed to be in rebuilding stage. They had just got off from losing Tom Brady. Tampa, look at Baker Mayfield now, making a name for himself, actually playing better than Tom Brady did as a Buccaneer. So what that tells you, man, quarterbacks elevate their teams. That's what they do.
Yeah.
And they don't sit up there, oh, but he ain't had this player. Oh, he
What
had
did
Drew
great
Brees.
quarterbacks do? Great
Drew
quarterbacks, no
Brees.
matter the coaching situation, no matter the
Drew Brees.
system, no matter what the case, great quarterbacks found ways to elevate everybody around them and
Right.
themselves, regardless of all circumstances.
Drew Brees, nobody knew nothing about Drew Brees Drew Brees didn't have no wide receivers when he first came to the Saints. Nobody, I'm talking about nobody that the national people knew. They drafted a 7th-round pick out of the University of Hofstra. A 7th-round pick. Nobody knew about Marcus Coulson. A 7th-round pick out of the University of Hofstra. Any of y'all know what Hofstra University is? I don't know.
No, I done forgot since
I
then.
think it's somewhere in New York, somewhere. I don't know. Anybody know? Tell me. The Drew Brees got a guy from Toledo, Lance Moore, undrafted wide receiver, Lance Moore, out of the University of Toledo, Ohio. Toledo.
Man, if that boy would have been a foot taller, he probably would have been the best wide receiver, bro.
I know.
He just because he was short.
But nobody, Tom Brady had got Randy Moss to come to play with him. Drew Brees
Mm-hmm.
played with guys that the Saints drafted that nobody, Willie Snead, or unrestricted free agents like Willie Snead. Willie
Man, I
Snead.
forgot. Yeah, bro, I forgot about them boys, man. Dang.
And that's why I tell people quarterbacks elevate your guy. They did draft it Meacham, but Meacham wasn't better than some of them guys that was undrafted.
Mm-hmm.
And Devery Henderson was a late round draft pick out of LSU. And all of them guys, Drew Brees elevated. And that's the things I want to see. I want to see this young quarterback become a Drew Brees, a Baker Mayfield, a winner. There's
How
certain
many
things in
years?
football. I want to
How
see him
many
become
years
a
he been
winner.
playing? How many years is this for Spencer? This is
Who?
third year.
Yeah,
Spencer
this is
Rattler.
third year.
Third year. Okay.
He's a right now. This is second year. This is second year because last year was his first year. He was a rookie last year. We drafted him last year. Am I right, y'all?
That's all I'm
Because he
asking.
came in. He came in. Yeah, it had to be last year. Is this his second year? I think it's second year or third. If
It's
anybody in
right.
the
This
chat can
second
let us
year.
know.
It's
I think
right.
it's
It's
his
second
second
year.
year. Yeah, because he was a rookie.
It's
I
his
think he was
second
a
year.
rookie last year.
Yeah, he was
Him
a
and
rookie
Jake,
last year.
because yeah, he was. This is his second year because Jake Hayner was the quarterback the year before that was drafted.
Okay.
The Saints went 3 straight years of drafting a quarterback. Now we're gonna talk about a segment before because the game about to start. But y'all love Sean Payton so much. How many quarterbacks did Sean Payton actually develop other than Bo Nix, which is I can give him credit for him. And Drew Brees ain't nothing to develop. Drew Brees was already developed. But how
I
many
think he just
quarterbacks?
unlocked Drew
How
Brees.
many quarterbacks did drafted that Sean Payton drafted that he developed for the New Orleans Saints?
Well, he ain't
There's
drafted none because
no. Yes, he did.
who he drafted.
Sean Canfield.
Oh, come on, man.
He drafted
Chase Daniel.
Chase Chase Daniels. He drafted
And
he
he developed.
drafted
He was
McPherson, Adrian McPherson. He drafted Griffith, not Griffith from Tulane. It was he picked up Griffin as an undrafted rookie. He had drafted the guy from Notre Dame, the kid from Notre Dame. What his name? The kid that was on who played against Miami that night when he ain't had nobody and he was getting killed.
I can't think. I don't remember.
You remember everybody's laughing. The guy came in and played against him, and we COVID came and we
Ian
was
Book.
left with Ian Book. Name me
He
the
drafted people was just
no
dang.
man, no. He drafted all them quarterbacks, all them sorry quarterbacks. He drafted another guy. He drafted Garrett Grayson. Garrett
Oh yeah,
Grayson was
I
a
remember
third
that.
round draft pick. Garrett Grayson was a third round draft pick, and he didn't develop him. So that's the things I'll keep telling y'all. Y'all act like this guy developed quarterbacks. That man ain't developed no quarterback, man. And we just wasted picks. There were third, fourth round, and fifth round picks we wasted. And he ain't developed nothing. Now, I can only say Chase Daniels because Chase Daniels has been a backup in the NFL for years. But I look at Kellen Moore. Kellen Moore will develop more quarterbacks than Sean Payton. Kellen Moore will develop more quarterbacks because developing Spencer Rattler. And you can see him doing it. Spencer Rattler is much more better than what he was last year.
Man, this dude here right here made me so nervous, bro. Stephon Diggs. Oh my God.
And then another guy that I want y'all to realize is that he developed them guys at Tyler Shuck gonna be better about just sitting down and watching. Y'all think about thinking Tyler Shuck gonna be that having Tyler sit down and why Rattler doing what he doing is only gonna be good for us in the future. I'm telling you, because if Rattler wound up not being the guy, you could just go on back to the guy you drafted.
All
That's
right, well
all I'm saying.
it's getting close to time now, baby. It's
Okay,
Rattler
now
time.
we're
already.
gonna get our
Rattler already.
predictions going, and we're
Rattler
gonna start.
already not the guy. Rattler
We're
is
gonna
just a young bridge starter. That's
we're
why
gonna
you
get,
drafted Tyler Show.
but
That's why you
listen, we're gonna
drafted
go.
Tyler Show.
Okay, we have time, but we're gonna go with you, Nas. we're gonna ask you what is your prediction in this game, the score, and who's your player of the game.
24
Yeah, yeah.
17, and I got MVP being Kendrick.
Wow, wow, that's a nice one. What's the score you have? You said 24-17?
Yep.
Okay, Derek.
I'm gonna go 24, 21 Saints, and my key to victory or my gonna be the offensive line. They only gonna give up 2 sacks the whole game.
Okay, I see. Like all you guys are banking that group is gonna make this kick. Okay, um, I got the Saints winning this game. Saints hitting 34 today. I got the
Oh
Saints.
Lord,
The Saints hitting 34. I think they're gonna win a wild one. I think it's gonna be 24-34. I think the Saints gonna shock the NFL today, and I think Spencer Rattler. I didn't give him the bill. I'm going with I'm on a Spencer Rattler fever bandwagon.
there
First
you
time
go,
throwing 3 touchdowns. Spencer
there you go,
Rattler. Well,
there you
I think
go.
he threw 3 touchdowns already. Did he? Yeah, he's going to throw another 3 touchdown game. I think Spencer Rattler is going to impress everybody. I think the Saints is going to win this game, and I think everybody's going to be shocked. 34 punts. I think the playbook is going to wake up. I think the Saints are going to get more aggressive. They're going to be at home. I think the fans going to be into it. I got the Saints winning this game.
There we go. I like that, baby. I like that.
I'm gonna go with the quarterback. The quarterback came off a good win. I want to see him come. Now I'm gonna criticize him if he doesn't. He makes me look bad on my picks now. I'm gonna criticize him. So that's just want people to realize because I know he has it in him. He has something in him that a lot of people don't realize. We watched him at South Carolina where he had less of talent, and he put South Carolina on his back. And I just think that but I want to see him win a game for the Saints. I don't want to see the Saints win despite him. I don't
Right.
want to see us win because of 5 turnovers. I want to see the Saints win because he went out there and threw 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, went out there and drive the team down into a successful win. So I like to thank you guys. We're about
We
to say
going
who that chant.
we going live after.
Y'all, we about to say the who that chant. 1, 2, 3. Who?
Who that?
Who that?
Y'all don't sound inspired. Who
Who that?
Who that?
that?
We going live tonight?
Yeah, we are. When EJ comes, he'll probably fix it. We'll see when he get back.
All right then, dog. Who that?